Yeah, buddy. So we just wrapped up pool at Destination Dallas. That is the third day on the trot. We are going to train tomorrow as well, so I'm very excited. But I wanted to do a bit of a post-show wrap-up, evaluation, analysis. Let you guys know how I'm feeling. I want to talk to you about how I feel about the show. I want to talk to you about the last few days, and I want to talk to you about what's going on going forward for me. So in terms of the show, I sort of alluded to it at the end of the show day video, but I did what I needed to do. There's been so many negative comments on YouTube in particular. Instagram's been a whole different story, but the people that are making negative comments, you don't know me or really know kind of the full mission for me, and I'm hoping to kind of deliver that to you now so you understand where I'm at with this. I think when I started this prep, for me it was about, I almost needed the prep personally, mentally. I needed something to get stuck into this year, which maybe isn't the right reason to prep, but I felt ready to make that transition from men's physique to classic physique. After I competed in men's physique last year, the love for it was no longer there anymore. I didn't think that I could make market improvements to be any better at men's physique than I already was. That's not to say I'm the best men's physique, that's to say that my best men's physique is never going to be good enough to get to Olympia or anything like that. And I saw a different avenue of classic. I've always loved classic, it's always been sort of what I've aimed towards. And my bodybuilding career isn't going to go on forever. I'm not still going to be competing when I'm 32, 33, 34, 35, or at least I don't intend to be. So time's kind of running out for me. I always knew I wasn't going to compete in 2023. So it's either this year or I wait 3 years, which I was never going to do. So I sort of jumped in for a few reasons. I said I needed something to get stuck into, and I wanted to get stuck into a classic physique prep. So we started the off season with all those aims of bringing up hamstrings and my back, etc., etc., which you've all been kind enough to point out there's still not enough of, which is fine. But for me it was a project. It was a big challenge. It was a big fucking challenge. I knew I'd have to be more conditioned than ever, bigger than ever, train harder than ever, build up areas that I've not necessarily had to focus on so much before. And in terms of what I achieved, I'm happy with that. I made massive improvements. I brought that physique I took to Tampa, best physique ever, by a country mile. And that's what I think some of you need to understand. I didn't go into this prep. It was never me. I never went into this prep thinking I'm going to qualify for the Olympia. So you sort of beating me down for coming 10th or not being proud or not having good enough abs, I don't really care. It was never my goal. I didn't expect to win a pro show. I've just come 1 year from men's physique to classic physique, so that's kind of water off a duck's back. The next point is, and I've not said this publicly, but that prep was really hard to me, what I've just done. And there were a number of times throughout it where I said to people close to me, if I do by some miracle qualify for the Olympia, I don't know if I'll do it. And that to me says it all. There's other guys that just want it more than I do. It's that simple. At this time in my life, there's other guys that want that Olympic qualification more than I do. So I'm never going to be as good as those guys with that mentality, and that's absolutely fine. I own that. I've always been open about I'm here to enjoy life. I'm not an outright bodybuilder, and that's all right. I absolutely am fine with that, because for me, life is about experiences. I've always said, I've said this so many times, bodybuilding is a big part of my life. It is not my whole life. So the comments, this and that, whatever, man. I've created some incredible memories, created some incredible content hopefully, and to have come 10th and to have finally presented a physique that I was happy with, that really is the biggest win for me. And obviously off the back of this whole long journey, I've created a business, I've created these connections, and I've created a life that I love. So me coming 10th for the Tampa Pro, that's not the be all and end all for me. I'm not going to go home and cry about it. I'm really happy about that. So I think that's the first portion in terms of post-show reflections. Very, very happy with what we brought. Lots of lessons learned. Maybe the biggest one, that I'm allowed to be 107 kilos on stage. So if at some point my hunger and fire for an Olympia qualification comes back, which it may well do after a year off, then I can go away and I know what I need to do. I need 12 more pounds of muscle tissue, because we sucked right down to 102 point whatever. So, there's room to grow there. And I believe, going back to what I said about men's physique, in terms of classic physique, I think the potential is there if I want it. It's just about whether I want it. So we're going to head home now. We're going to go around downtown Dallas, and there's going to be more of this talking. So there's more I want to get off my chest. I want to talk to you about how much of a prick I've been with my nutrition this week, but how much I've sorted it out and pulled it back with the help of Louis and Josh, of course. And we'll take you around Dallas, see what downtown Dallas is about, and then see what we get up to tonight, if anything. But stay tuned, there's more to talk about, and I'm going to fill you in on everything. Let's go home. That was pretty good. That was like the perfect transition from the gym to what's next as well. This is what we call run and gun. I'm just eating. Louis just stressing about the Wi-Fi.
Next up, we're gonna go to downtown Dallas.
We are.
Probably gonna dry off first. I know we'll go for some food maybe.
Maybe.
Go shop around.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Buy a vape.
We're gonna go see where JFK got shot. Probably pick up some more vapes.
Pick up some chicks.
I need to see a front double. And your favourite classic pose? Oh wow. Right, we're on our way to downtown Dallas. We're going to go see where JFK got his head blown off. I think he got his head blown off. Got a sniper rifle from the 5th floor, is that right?
Shot in the shoulder.
Got shot in the shoulder. He died from a shot in the shoulder. Second bit of the update, I just want to talk about like post-show. I guess I covered like show reflections. This bit is just going to be about like this week for me. Post-show normally for me is like, you'd expect it to be all relaxing because it's all, like all the hard work's done, but I find it really hard with food. Without that like solid goal in place, I'm just justifying my head, like, yeah, have it. Yeah, why not? Like, I'll find any reason to like eat. So the first like 2-3 days, also we used diazide at the show, and obviously you've got the hypersensitive body anyway. So I was up like, on show day I was 107.7. I weighed in 2 days ago 116.6. 9 kilos, not good. That's like 3 days of just kind of eating what I want. I didn't go as crazy as I've gone before, but I still went pretty hard. Makes me feel like shit, makes me look like shit, face blows up, everything, there's nothing good about it. So what I said to myself was, when we get to Texas, I'll clean that up, which I've done a pretty good job of actually. 3 kilos came off on the first day, and I'm expecting a good amount to come off again today. So I want to get back to around 110. If I can get sub 110, that'd be great. And I kind of just want to maintain like a look. Well, I'm not too worried about scale weight, but I want to maintain a look that I'm happy with, maintain a face that I'm happy with, not be walking around like a water buffalo, not feel like my legs are about to pop at any minute, not wake up with like puffy hands. It's just uncomfortable. Doesn't make me feel good. Doesn't make me want to talk on camera. Doesn't make me want to train really. Just no physique pictures, etc. So last 2 days have been back on plan relatively, but the stress drops off so much. Like I'm not measuring my salt. I'm not counting my vegetables. I'm not counting my dressings. But I'm just sticking to the low calorie dressings I was using anyway. Anything with any substantial calories I'm tracking. But I'm running at about 3,000 calories, 300 protein, 300 carb, 80 fat, which is comfortable. Like that is enough. Obviously I'm in Texas and I'm seeing there's temptation absolutely everywhere. What I kind of told myself is like, pull back for a few days at least. Josh obviously competes tomorrow, today's Thursday, and then he's going to want to go in on the food as well. Food focus has dropped a bit, it's still really high, but I'm just trying to manage it with the same technique that I always use, like fasting for as long as I can, sticking to the same meals I've been having. So egg white omelets that I enjoy so much, my chicken meals, I'm still using like cauliflower rice and stuff like that, so calorie swaps to keep myself in range of that 3,000 mark, but allowing flexibility. Like I went out for a steak last night, I just made good choices and said steak and shrimp. And
I didn't.
Loki got a 1,700 calorie brisket burger, which looked unreal, and I just got fillet steak, shrimp, and then what I ordered was asparagus. And then the second lowest calorie thing on the sides menu was these fried onions, which I thought would be like pan fried onions. They were actually deep fried onions. It said on the menu they're 170 calories. I promise you they were in excess of like 500 calories because they were effectively mini onion rings. So I just didn't really eat them. Like I had a few and didn't eat the rest. The weight didn't drop today, but I think the meal was super salty, so we'll just see how that goes tomorrow. We're gonna go out tonight for dinner again, but like Lebanese, so as you can see, just making like decent, relatively safe and easy, healthy choices, but ones that still enable me to have that experience of eating out or whatever. Like I don't need to go and smash in and out, followed by Chick-fil-A, followed by this, followed by that, as much as I would love to. This is definitely the best I've been post-show. Like there's nowhere with no years before I've like pulled back so quick, so it's good. I feel good, and I need to feel that. We're off to like Houston next week, so I want to feel like I'm happy to make content in Alpha Land and whatnot. In terms of activity, it's just training and steps, but it's been 10,000 steps every day. It's cool, that's nice and easy to box off. And training intensity has come back with a bang. Like today's session was really, really good, which you would have seen in the video. And tomorrow we're training with Luke Miller. I think I said that earlier, didn't I? We're doing push with Luke Miller and Ross from Pro Coach, and obviously Lou will jump in, so that'll be a really educational video. But yeah, that's it. That's kind of the update for like where I'm at now. And then I want to talk about future plans in the next segment. But let's go see what downtown Dallas has to offer. Peace. Fat man's tissue for wiping my brow, because I'll be sweating like a fat man. See, we're being sensible. We've got 2 brownies between the 3 of us. So yeah, it's probably going to be, I don't know, 400 calories, but that's fine, because so far today it'll be an egg white omelette and a chicken sandwich. And tonight we're going for a Lebanese. It's going to be chicken, rice, veg. Sensible, you see. I just want to experience things, you know.
And we're going to walk in the sunshine.
We're going to be doing
it's going to be hot.
I've done only 5.5 so far. We've got a Frankenstein brownie and a white chocolate macadamia, because that is always a solid choice.
Shake of the head there.
And it's a perfect brownie texture. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. I'll give you a rating once I've had the Frankenstein one as well. It's very good.
What's Stu saying?
I think we all need to try it, and then we'll all give our ratings.
I'd say fork.
Ooh. See, these are the men that don't have warped taste buds. So this is what we really need the rating for. I think we need to have the Frankenstein, okay. and then
we'll go from there.
Yeah.
I'll try the first piece.
Go straight in with the Frankie.
That's a bit of a weak corner, but Frankie looks a bit harder actually.
Let's check it. Yeah.
I like that more.
Right.
That is good. Wow.
Okay. I think we're looking at peanut. We're looking at peanut M&Ms, and an Oreo. For me, the blondie wins. I'm going to give that a 7.8 out of 10. The Frankenstein a 6.8.
6.8.
Yeah, I think there's a lot better brownies out there. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but I think there's a lot better brownies out there. Whereas the blondie, yeah, 7. What did I say?
6.8. 7.8.
7.8 for the blondie.
What are you saying, Big Stu?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Are you a white chocolate or a chocolate man?
I'm a chocolate man, but on this occasion I preferred the white chocolate one.
You see, that says it all.
So I would give the white chocolate one an 8 out of 10. 6.7 maybe for the chocolate one.
Damn, you guys are tough on that one.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna give the chocolate one, I'd probably rate that 8 and the other one 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Frankenstein's getting better actually as I get to the middle. But the blondie still wins, hands down. I'm going to bump that up to a 7. But this is still 0.8 ahead, which is it's good.
Respect.
Sweet.
Respect. Alright.
More in you, mate.
See you in a bit. Psst, psst. Don't look, but someone's staring at you.
So it's the giant eyeball. It's private property. A billionaire owns that eyeball. He owns that building, which looks sick. And he owns a lot of the buildings around it. I don't know what his name was, I didn't catch his name. They're so friendly out here, man. You just stop and talk to people, and no, not them, the guy that owns it. I don't think that's him. They gave us some recommendations. There's not a whole lot in downtown Dallas, by the sounds of things. I think it's like everything's out of the main town. I'm sweating. Fat man's tissue came in a lot. The chair spins. Got a bloody rotating chair. What's going on? First things first, Ultra Peachy Keen Monster taste test. It's 8:30 and I was like, is it too early to have a Diet Coke? Because I didn't really want loads of caffeine. And then I was just like, yeah, it's too early for a Diet Coke, I'll have a Monster. Logic. Oh shit. I like that. I think
that's well nice.
That's enjoyable.
It's like iced tea, but...
Yeah, I love peach iced tea as well. That goes in at a strong 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. This is the final segment of the video. I feel like it's going to be quite a long video and a lot of talking. But we've purposefully chopped it up so it's like digestible bits of information. This is the final. This is like the next. What's next for Brightman? I'm looking now to hold this physique. I don't want to stray too far away from where I'm at now, so I'm planning to hover around 110. In terms of anabolics, I've not jabbed for a week or a week and a half. I will reintroduce those probably when I get home, just at a cruise dose, so TRT. I'm going to just keep it up. So I'm going to reintroduce those at a TRT dose when I get home, and I'm going to run that basically until summer's over. I don't want to put anyone around me through a like negatively hormonal Joe over the next few months. I've got lots of nice plans that I'm excited for, that I want to feel good for. I need to wipe it again. So I want to be the best version of me for the people around me, the people I want to spend time with. I don't want to be feeling dead or emotional. So I'll be cruising for a while, and then I will come off completely. Something I wanted to do for a while. Having kids is something that's very important to me, and I want to make sure that everything's in working order in regards to that realm of my health. So I will come off completely and reinstate everything, and then be natty, which is fine. I'm absolutely cool that I've done that before. I can do it again. In terms of like my training and my diet, the diet needs to remain. I need to like reverse. I need to maintain this reverse. This next week's going to be tricky now that Josh has stopped competing. We've got lots of food videos we want to do, so we've got a lot of food videos we want to do. So it really is going to be a case of like kind of pooling calories for those meals. There'll be a lot of intermittent fasting going on. There'll be a lot of my normal meals staying, so the egg white omelets, the chicken salads, which I love, so it's absolutely fine. And I will then just make space as best as possible for those foods, but I'm really not going to stress about it. I don't want to be stressful about it. Off the back of that last year, like I said, with the diazide, that made everything a lot worse. My water retention now is okay, slash on the way out. I think I've definitely gained a bit of fat, which is fine. I need to do that to feel a bit more human. This is now a physique that I'd like to maintain, just in terms of looking good, feeling good. I don't like being heavy. I don't want to balloon up. I'm not planning to go into an off season, so there's no need for me to get heavy or anything like that now. In terms of training, training will take a bit of a switch up for me, at least initially. I want to try something new from this point. Ollie March on Fitness, who doesn't know I exist, but he's opened a gym on my complex where I live back in London. It's literally just opened. It's literally just opened, and I am really intrigued to sort of get involved in a bit more sort of functional fitness for a few reasons. Number one, it will be pretty calorie intensive in terms of how much calories I'll burn, so it will help me maintain the physique I'm happy with and eat more. Number two, it's just the idea of it excites me. It's right on my doorstep, so I want to give it a try. And I will be sort of, I guess I'm going to go a bit hybrid. I'm going to get involved a little bit in that, and then I'll obviously continue with some bodybuilding training. So I'll probably drop to 4 resistance training sessions a week. I still love bodybuilding. I still want to maintain a good muscular physique, but I'm going to do that alongside it. It's just going to be down to recovery and what I can recover from, but I'm fairly confident that'll be fine. Big reason for that for me is, as I said, the calories burned is number one. Number two, it's just like doing some exercise that I enjoy that burns a lot of calories. Like, I'm not going to be going home and getting on the bike, getting on the stepper, or doing incline walking, because I find it so fucking boring. It doesn't offer me anything other than calories burned. Whereas if I do this, I can learn a new skill, I can widen my sort of perspective on fitness disciplines. I'm hoping also to be able to do some sessions with my girlfriend, who seems to be absolutely deep in CrossFit now. So that's quite exciting. So there's a few things there that I want to get my toes wet in, if you like. So that is where my exercise is going to be. In terms of like long future plans, honestly, as I sit here today, I just don't know. I'm probably the most indecisive person that I know. Will I compete again? That question remains unanswered for me. There's so many people commenting saying, come back stronger next year, you know, go away and do what you need to do and come back, yeah, yada yada yada. That's not a decision that I'm willing to make right now. And the reason is because I've done this 11 years. I'm pretty sick of the bulking cutting cycle, to be honest. I want to live like a normal life for a bit. What I've grown to hate a little bit about the nutrition side of bodybuilding is you go through these two phases, these two extremes, whereby you hate the sight of food very quickly, or all you want is food. And I want to find a middle ground whereby I live a bit of almost like a purposefully restricted life with regards to nutrition. So I do hold back 5 days a week, and then I can enjoy myself at the weekend or something like that. when I have those meals, like I want to relish them. I want to enjoy every meal because I am such a foodie. That's kind of part of the reason why I'm just absolutely sick of bulking and cutting. I don't want to be 3 months on the line on 6,000 calories thinking I don't give a shit about food, because I hate that feeling almost as much as I hate the feeling of wanting to eat things I can't eat. So I want to find a middle ground there. As I said, that will support my physique goals, that will support my performance goals, and again, that is going to give me another challenge. It's a challenge. It's going to be new for me. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I don't know how long it will take me to figure out what I want to do long term. I know I've said loads of times I'm not going to be competing in 2023. I've got weddings, I've got stag do's. I want to live a normal life. I'm pretty sick of prep, to be honest, after doing 2 years on the trot and not being easy preps. So definitely next year off. And then I guess I'll find out probably fairly quickly within the next 6, 7, 8 months whether I do want to like move into a new discipline, because I'm going to need some sort of challenge, I know that much, or whether I am yearning to get into an off season, make improvements, and then come back to the stage. But as I've learned, life changes, comes at you fast. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen in my personal life. I don't know what's going to happen with regards to anything really, but I don't want the stress of, oh, I need to jab, I can't go on holiday, I need to take this, I need to take that. Worrying about my health, having to get bloods done, all this stuff. I don't want to worry about that. I don't want that pressure. I want to live my life for a bit. So that is what is next for me immediately, and I am for sure excited to document that journey, because that's going to be something entirely new for me, and I will obviously bring you along with that. And hopefully Loki will be fully involved in that too, because he's done a fantastic job so far. So for now, the next few videos after this one are going to be hella food focused. Lots of training. We've got Alpha Land, we've got Luke Miller, the push session with Luke Miller. So I'm very much still in this bodybuilding world at the moment, but as I get home, like I said, a bit of a transitionary period for me, a bit of an experimental period for me, one that fills me with interest and excitement, and I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I'm intrigued to bring you along. So that is the wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you didn't get sick of my voice. I'm excited to live life this next week. I'm excited to get home and live life at home. We've got field day, I've got holiday with my girlfriend and my family, and I'm excited for all of it. Peace.